experience quite a few years ago, sitting with a family in our church in Duke Hospital, whose 16-year-old daughter had been hit by a car backing out of the driveway, and within 12 hours, brain activity was no longer really evident. And we sat together with some really thoughtful people from the hospital system as they encouraged the parents to donate organs. And it was clear that what was motivating, or the kinds of things that were motivating the parents, who were both really mature, lovely Christian people, was a sense of how to honor both the person of their daughter, who was still breathing and still warm, and whom they still were embracing, as well as to acknowledge that there was not a road back to health, to life. And I think one of the notions that they had imbibed deep down was actually Jesus telling his disciples on the eve of his own death, there's no greater love that a person has than this, that they would give their lives for their friends. And I think they were able to see that this would be a way that their daughter would be giving her life for others. At the same time, I just remember mom saying, there's a dress that we want to have at the funeral, and it don't cut above this, don't cut below, above this line, because we don't want the incision to be visible. It wasn't as if they were treating the daughter's body as no longer their daughter, but they could see that her life was also not located exclusively here. I was with them as well in the funeral as they celebrated both their daughter's life now in the presence of God, but also really grieved that absence. So I think a Christian hope in the resurrection can lead to actions like donating the organs of a loved one. At the same time, they shape grief, but this belief in the resurrection certainly doesn't take away grief. If anything, it reshapes it as not the end of a loved one, but the absence for the foreseeable future of a loved one. And that kind of absence, this is a person still alive with God, but not present with us, that both guides the way a family will care for a body, but also that leaves a real hole that is resolved only in the future, only in resurrection. And so leaves a lot of room for grief, not for a kind of trite, it'll all be okay there, but a real weeping and mourning, and yet not without hope.